What is up guys, Nicruz51 today. We are back with a brand new video, and today we are doing something much different to what we've done in the past. It's going to be things I love about F1 2017. It's probably going to be about 10 things or maybe even more. Yeah, so it's just something different I thought we would do. I seen the idea from Benjamin Daly, shout out to him, for what he done this last year on F1 2016, so I just thought just give this one a wee idea and so see what we could do then. But first of all, let's get started. And the first thing obviously I would love about this game is the R&D system. Obviously this year we've got 115 development programs, much more than last year. We've got powertrain, we have got durability, and other ones like aerodynamics and chassis. So we've got in total 115 development upgrades. Obviously that expands the career mode to see how long it takes you to upgrade your car. Depends on what car you're in. If you're a McLaren Honda, it's going to take you ages. You're mostly going to go for the reliability side, rather than like chassis or something, because you never know, the McLaren chassis at the moment would be fine, and there's nothing like, you might not even need to upgrade it, because as I said, if you go for a lighter chassis and if you've got problems with reliability, that's a rush thing to go for. Like, it's not going to work if you do that. So it's a lot more different to obviously previous games, and much more things would get obviously carried on into the games in the future. But overall it will expand the career. It will take you longer to complete what you've done, and also it could take longer for you to get the upgrade to your car. It could take 4 weeks, and obviously it'd be unavailable. You might not have enough to buy that upgrade, so it'll take even longer. And yeah, that's one thing done. Let's go on to the next. So the next thing I love about F1 2017 is the new championships modes. And it's going to be, obviously, we've got two different things. We've got international events for classic cars and other things like that. We've got pursuit, time attack, checkpoint challenge. We've got race, Japan short. We've got all the even other short circuits too. Other for that, time attack, all the other things, overtake challenge we've wanted to have for ages. And obviously for F1 2017 modern cars, also we've got a couple of events for classic as well. These are really exciting things for this year, because we've got Classic Championship Season, we've got Sprint Championship, Classic All-Weather Championship, which is really if a mix-up for this year's game, which I think would be quite exciting to take part in as well. And then also we've got the Double-Header Tour, Classic Hot Lap Series, Asian GP Tour, Sprint Spec Racing Series, International Street Series, Premier Multi-Class Championship, Classic Dual Championship, GP Endurance League, Classic Sprint Racing League, Hot Lap Challenge Tour, and European GP Championship, Classic Street Series, Wet Weather Racing League, and obviously the other ones at the end there. So yeah, this is one of the top ones I love about this year's game. One of the top, obviously not the top, but I'll be right up there, definitely on the list. Next up is going to be short circuits. I really love these short circuits. That's what a new thing they've added to this year's game. Is going to be part, obviously, for classic cars and modern F1 cars. The lists I know at the moment is USA, Bahrain, Japan, and I think that's it at the moment. I'm not sure if there's any other ones. Sorry if I'm missing anyone out, guys. But I think there's not going to be a lot short circuits, but that's the ones I know at the moment. Obviously we just seen the USA one was just introduced a couple of days ago, and obviously a couple of the trailers or whatever, so that's what we've seen. Next up would obviously be the classic cars after the short circuits. I love the classic cars for this year, so that's obviously one of the top ones on this list. Obviously you've got other options to play with the classic cars, but as I said, the classic cars do come into career mode, which makes it even more exciting, and this really boosts up the game from previous years. So as I said, we had classic cars on the F1 2013 game, and obviously after 4 years and waiting, Codemasters have decided to bring them back, because obviously it will boost the game as well. As we all know, think how much stuff it will be in this game, and to be honest, you're probably even getting your money's worth for how much the game is this year. If you don't know how much it is, I believe you could pre-order it for £50 on Amazon. It's about £55 for special edition on the Xbox store, which I think the way I'm going to do it. But yeah, that's obviously another one I love about this year's game, is obviously the classic cars. I think it's going to be everyone's top love about this game. It was obviously because of the classic cars. Obviously we have to see more of the modern cars. Well, I see more people playing modern cars than classic cars, obviously. But this is just a thing you could do if you're like bored. If you're just bored of the modern cars, you could just skip on to classic mode, and then that's it. Let's go on to the next thing now, and it's going to be Monaco in the night. Obviously this is a fantastic feature Codemasters have added to this year's F1 game, and it's a really exciting fan favourite feature. We've waited for ages and ages. You'd think it just stay as a mod for many years to come on F1 games, but Codemasters have finally decided to actually put a night race for Monaco, and it's available for classic cars and modern F1 cars, which is good. I thought it would just be for normal modern cars, but no, that's really good. It's much interesting than we've seen before. That's a big feature in this year's game. Next up, engine management and reliability. Obviously I like how Codemasters have showed a McLaren Honda in this. So obviously you've got MG UK, MG UH, other things part of your engine you've got to manage throughout the season. You can see how much it's worn throughout the race. If you need another one, you have to obviously get another one, and you never know what you see on your screen right now from Fernando Alonso. That's what could happen to you if obviously your engine doesn't run well. There could be any problems, guys. You could be running it perfectly, and all of a sudden you come across a problem, which is a big problem if you're McLaren Honda. So that obviously, if you're going to be a McLaren Honda, you're going to have a lot of engine reliability issues. So I wouldn't suggest to have your chassis weight too much, guys, because that will affect the engine and management and reliability. So that is obviously one of the biggest features in this year's game. As I said, there's a lot of big features in this game, but obviously this would be the main one. But now we're going to skip on to another one here, and it's going to be how the weather changes and how predictable it is. Obviously this is another thing I love about this game. It's because last year, obviously if it was to rain, we all know it would be wet tyres or inters or whatever. This year Codemasters have shaped it up. It was an interview by Lee Martha just about a week ago or so, and he explained with the weather system this year. So if they had forecast for heavy rain in the next 2 minutes, so say we're on board with our starting here, and basically it was to just come raining in the next 2 seconds, or like even 5 minutes, it could all change so quickly. You could think it's going to go really light rain and then go into intermediate tyres, right? But then you've made a massive mistake and it ends up drying up as quickly as anything. The weather could go off as soon as you pit or anything like that, or you could have just pit for intermediates, right? And then the weather, like the rain, just absolutely pours it down, and then that means you've made another mistake because you've just lost yourself another pit stop because you're going to have to pit for wet tyres again. So that's obviously another big thing I love about this year's game, is because it could cost you or even win your races in career mode. So that's another good thing. Next thing would be the damage model. Obviously we have not seen a lot of this in the game so far. Obviously I've just shown you a little bit of preview here, but obviously the main thing we've seen this year is Julian Palmer smashing into the barriers at Austria. As you can see, the tyres lift up, and which is a good thing as well. So if you crash into the barriers, it could be a really horrible crash. And even obviously the Haas spinning round here, and it's going to collect a couple cars. But as I said, I've not seen it fully, the damage model yet, but I've heard it's fine. It's not at its best, but I think Codemasters will fix it before the game actually gets released in the next 17 days, which is very good as well. So that's another thing I love the damage model, as that's definitely a big feature in this year's game, just like anything else. Next up is the new practice programs. So there's 2 more practice programs this year. We have got obviously fuel saving, and obviously we've got tyre wear, we've got all the other ones. I can't mind one of the newer ones, guys, I'm sorry about that. So the main one obviously is fuel saving. So obviously you've got to get a good lap in while saving as much fuel as possible. So this is obviously a key feature for this year's game, because it could come into hand in the race. You could obviously have to save a lot of fuel, and you've already practiced doing that, and the car's fine, and they can reach the main point for doing that when you're racing in the game for career mode. So that once again is a good thing for this year's game. And the last thing I love about this year's game is obviously going to have to be the multiplayer, because if you don't know, as I said, the interview with Lee Martha, he said about the multiplayer, if you're doing league racing, basically they've added 2 slots for commentators, and also that is a really good thing, because I've been racing in a league called SRL. Obviously I've just quit it now. I've just done 1 season and I finished 3rd in the championship, so it was quite good. So I just decided to do 1 season because I've got more busier things to do when F1 2017 comes out. So I did 2 more slots for league commentators, which is fantastic. And also when you're playing a multiplayer, you could disconnect from really bad internet, and then the AI will drive round for you about the same speed as what you were doing, I believe. I'm not sure, but a decent, good enough in pace on the track, not really slow or like really, unlike if you were to go round and then just to like lag out and then the game would just go about 2 miles an hour for you. So different this year. It's basically just an AI car. It's going to be driving round really fast for you. Then you can get back on, join the game, and then that's you racing again. You might not have lost any positions, you might have, but I don't think that's how it'll be. And also you can now join available multiplayer slots just like the PC for Xbox One and PS4. So yeah, that is the 10 things I love about F1 2017. I think it was 10, guys. I'm not sure. I don't know if it was more. Let me know in the comments below. But as I said, this is the 10 things I love about F1 2017. And yeah, it's just a really good game this year. We can't improve it for another while yet. Well, obviously we can improve it now in the later future. Else obviously it's going to be interesting when that happens. But yeah, it's really turned out to be a very good game, guys. I forgot to mention cutscenes as well, just to finish that off. Cutscenes is a really good thing in this year's game. I've changed all that for the last 2 years, we've been the same. Yeah, so new cutscenes as well, all new features into this year's game. It's going to make this game an absolute classic. Let's make the most of it, because maybe next year's game might not be as big, obviously, with the Halo introduced for next year, but let's make the most of it, guys, as this year's game is going to be fantastic. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Make me reach 10k subscribers in the future, guys. That would be a major goal if you could do that. There'll be a video out later today as well with my career mode team, because you guys have voted for what team I'm going to be for career mode, and I'm going to release it tonight about 7 o'clock or half 7, and I'm going to tell you guys what team I'll be driving for F1 2017 career mode. But yeah, guys, this has been the Cruise 51 here today. Thank you for leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and yeah, I'll see you next time.